Hey guys, this is a behind the scenes tutorial on how I make my creepy walls. I use them for my doll photography and backgrounds, and I had to make one, so I thought, why not show everybody else how to do it? And first things first, I got a fold out presentation board. You can get those at Michael's. From Home Depot, I got the cheapest spackling paste I could find. I also got some cheap putty knives, and I got a yard ruler / stick to measure out my bricks. And lay down your spackle, no priming or anything. Get a whole coat on the wall. It should be thick enough that you can kind of make scratches in it. Doesn't have to be perfect. We don't want it to be perfect. Once that's all done, lay down your measuring instrument of choice and start running your lines. I would start horizontally at first. Then I would go in the opposite direction using alternate slices to make your bricks. Then I grabbed a needle or some sharp instrument and I made cracks and, decay looking things, some holes. And it's still, pretty wet. You can do the damage you need to do right now. Here's what it looks like with the cracks and everything. Let it dry for at least 6 hours. I waited 24 for mine. And let's paint. For the base color with a little roller, I painted it black. Then I watered some of the black paint down, and using a brush, I went into all the cracks and grooves. I only did one coat for this tutorial, but I would suggest doing 2 coats. It's just better. Ooh, music makes things exciting. Once that's good and dry, with a very light hand, I took a roller and some gray paint and I went over it. You can really start to see the definition at this point. Then I went with a lighter gray in another direction and did another dry brushing over that. Just to add some depth, I used some brown and turquoise just to give it a little something. So this is optional. I mixed up some green paint to give it a moss effect on the bottom of the wall to kind of make it look like that wall's been there for a while and that it's had some water damage. With the heaviest green coat being on the bottom, and you work your way up into a fade. And this is the beginning of our moss effect. Then once that's done, I patted some little bit different colors of green on there because, moss would not grow all the same color. That should dry pretty fast. To the moss. I got most of these from the dollar store. So this is dark green flocking, and I'm going to use it to make the moss look 3D. You don't have to use this. This is just something I used. You can get it at the craft store. And you just start by making go in between your cracks, and it should be bubbly to make it 3D. And I started sprinkling it on at first, but then I realized it was so much easier just to shift the flocking on top of the hot glue. Just a better idea. This is Spanish moss, and when you pull it apart, it looks like little vines. So starting from the bottom, I put some hot glue down and attached the Spanish moss to it. And then here and there, I popped some glue down and I basically let my vines grow. And that is the finished creepy wall. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this and that you got something out of it. And I will see you in the next video.